So, hi everybody, great to be with you all. Lovely to see you. So let's see. Next stream will be on Thursday, which will be the 30th of November, 3:45 UK time. I hope we don't have the problems that I had last time. I hope this is problem free. It looks like it's okay at the moment, but we'll see. Okay, we were doing this article. Hi Renyard, lovely to have you. Oh yes, so hi to Renyard, hi to Oksana, hi to Bogdan, hi there to Ronan and Yuri and Vitali, and hi to Patricia. And thank you, Ronan, for the donation. That's really kind of you. So let's continue. Okay, yes, we were doing this article about plastic waste and plastic straws and the anti-plastic straw movement. And let's start with the first question. So it says, most plastic waste experts I've spoken with consider this video a major catalyst inclination stimulant throttle for the anti-plastic straw movement. Okay, this was a photo of I think a sea turtle with a plastic straw inside its nostril. Hi Katya, great to have you. So they consider this video a major catalyst inclination stimulant impulse. Sorry, not impulse. I wanted to include impulse in this, but I thought better not. Stimulant throttle for the anti-plastic straw movement. Okay, so a major inclination. No, an inclination. An inclination is a tendency. Yeah, I have an inclination to be bad-tempered if I don't sleep enough. A stimulant, something like coffee that wakes you up. A stimulant for the... I guess it could be a stimulant, but it's not a very good answer. A throttle, well, throttle's one of these strange words because it's its own antonym. The throttle on a car or on a motorbicycle is the accelerator, but to throttle means to put your hands around the neck of and throttle. So let's see. Patricia goes to stimulant or catalyst. I love it. Okay, a catalyst is, what's the definition of a catalyst? Something that makes a reaction go faster without being used up. Okay, we've got catalyst from Vitali and Bogdan. We've got catalyst from Renyard and Katya. We've got catalyst from Ronan. We've got stimulant from Oksana, and we've got stimulant or catalyst from Patricia. I think looking at it, a stimulant or a catalyst. I think catalyst is probably the better answer. But I think I'm very happy with what Patricia said with stimulant or catalyst, because a stimulant for the anti-plastic straw movement, yeah, it does stimulate it as well. It's a major stimulant. A shot in the arm, maybe a load of adrenaline. So let's continue. And Milo Cress, I can't remember it here. I've seen an image of a turtle in a plastic six-pack ring. It's very possible as well. Yeah, I think I've seen that one as well. Woof. Milo Cress also deserves some reference, worth credit, approval. He uncovered that 5 million straws a day statistic and started the Be Straw Free movement in 2011 when he was only 9. So Milo Cress also deserves some reference, worth credit, approval. He uncovered that 500 million straws a day statistic and started the Be Straw Free movement. Here. Okay, so some reference. Well, not some reference. Normally it's a reference. Woof, a writing video about the Chernobyl explosion. That's going to be difficult, Catty. I'll see what I can do, but I think probably not. Could we use approval and kudos? I think kudos, definitely. Some approval. I think approval, probably not. I think approval, it might just fit, but it's not a very good word. So let's see. He deserves some. He deserves a reference, but a reference is normally at the bottom of a thesis or something like that. Some worth. You deserve some worth. No, deserve some credit. Definitely. So we've had credit from Vitaly, from Oksana, from Bogdan. We've had credit from Katya and Yuri. We've got credit from Ronan and Patricia. I quite like your kudos, Renyard. Deserves some kudos. Some praise, absolutely. Deserves some approval. No, I really don't like approval. Okay, so let's try another one. And yeah, please put some likes. Aye. And paste. Okay, the camp. What's wrong with this? Let's try that. Okay. The campaign eventually inspired some major companies such as Starbucks and McDonald's to stop using plastic straws, and entire states like California to ban them, unqualified, outright, sheerly, purely, perfectly, forthrightly. So, hello, lovely Marfu, lovely to have you. Hi, Manisco, great to see you as well. Okay. Okay, so we're starting to get some answers. This is quite good. Okay, so let's see. We've got outright from Vitaly. We've got outright from Bogdan. We've got purely from Vitaly. Good morning again, Manisco. We've got outright for Katya. We've got sheerly for Renyard. Outright to ban them outright. Outright ban them from Oksana. Outright from Ronan. Here, a rain of applause. Outright or sheerly from Katya, unqualified for Marfu, and outright for Patricia. So let's start with unqualified. It can't be unqualified. The reason is to ban them. Ban is a verb, and it would have to be unqualifiedly. But that's not very common. Hi, Revo. Revo says outright, so it's not unqualified. To ban them sheerly. This doesn't collocate at all. I think as Oksana said, an outright ban. To ban them outright. Outright is both an adjective and an adverb. Yeah, but notice, Oksana, An outright ban. Outright is an adjective. To ban them outright. Outright is a an adverb in this. Kudos is not a synonym of credit. Credit is recognition, esteem, acclaim. Kudos are laurels. I think I agree with you, Vitaly. Yes. Okay, and that's why the difference, Oksana, because outright can be both an adverb and an adjective. Okay, d'emblée. Okay, outright in French. To ban unqualifiedly. I think unqualifiedly would be totally without qualification, without any qualification. It would say what they are trying they're trying to mean, but it doesn't sound like very good English. To ban them outright it sounds much better. Sheerly. No, sheerly not. Sheerly is talking about verticality. To ban them purely. Here. Okay, to ban them perfectly. No. And forthrightly. Somebody who is forthright gives their opinion. Here. Flat adjective and a flat adverb. It's both. Okay, so answer is outright. U-T-R-I-G-H-T. Absolutely. To ban them completely. Let's see. Okay, unqualifiedly, Rainyard. I agree with you unqualifiedly. Yeah? Let's see. If you ban something outright, there are no special conditions where you might be able to use them. They are illegal completely. Okay. And this is not going to fit. There we go. While that may sound like a huge perk asset profit boon for sustainability, as I took a closer look at the environmental impact of plastic straws, I was surprised to learn that it's a drop in the bucket compared to other plastic solution. Sheerly. Not necessarily, Rainyard. Sheerly completely. This is sheer nonsense. Complete nonsense, but in a different way. It has the sheer in that it gives the idea of all the way through. In all as part of all of the essence of something. It's slightly different because sheer, Rainyard, means vertical, a sheer cliff. So it actually means vertically. Yeah, this is vertical nonsense, absolute nonsense, complete nonsense. Sheer is slightly different. So, okay, this one's an interesting one. We've got, so, while this may sound like a huge perk asset profit boon for sustainability, I discovered it was a drop in the ocean. We've got asset for Vitaly, we've got perk for Ronan, we've got asset for Bogdan, we've got boon for Oksana, we've got boon 4, boon 2, boon 4, boon 2, both fit, Bogdan. Yuri loves boon. Boon for sustainability, says Katia. Asset, boon, or perk, or spur, like a huge spur. Yeah, I've never qualified nonsense. Nonsense is sheer nonsense. You're right. Okay, perk for Ronan. Revo goes for perk. An asset 4. Okay, so you're going to be surprised then. For me, boon works. A boon for sustainability and a boon to sustainability. Has been a boon to my family. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. A perk. A perk is is something extra you get. Yeah. Perk is extra. A huge perk. It could be a huge perk for, but no, a huge asset. An asset. I guess perk works. I guess asset works. Profit definitely not. But a boon. It's a boon. It's a boon. Yeah. Boon 4. It could both boon 4 and boon 2. Okay. A huge asset for sustainability. Poof, I'm looking at these. I think, yeah. Boon is the best choice. Although I think asset for sustainability would work as well quite reasonably. It's a huge asset. It's a positive thing. I think a perk, you see, a perk is a little extra thing. And I think this is more than a perk. So, I don't know, a perk is being given free lunch. Yeah? Whereas an asset, this is something much bigger. A boon for sustainability. A boon is a really good positive thing. So that may sound like a huge boon. Huge and boon as well. Yeah? Here. Okay, so, and this is going to... Oh, this is a double one. Okay, so when you walk on a beach, plastic straws are one of the most common types of clutter, jumble, litter, mess, offal you'll see. The first one's quite easy, and so is the second. Okay, so clutter are all the extra things that you have on your desk. I've got clutter all over my desk. I've got too many things on my desk. It's covered in clutter. Jumble. Boon is an asset and a perk. Yes, I think that's quite good, Patricia. The boon is an asset and a perk. So we've got litter from Oksana, Vitali, Bogdan, Katya, Ronan, Renyard, Tosh. Load of rubbish. So litter for Revo as well. Okay, so yes, jumble. A jumble is a mixture of things. Litter is rubbish. A mess is the mess I have in my room. And what is offal? I'd be interested if anyone knows what offal means while we're about it. So, very definitely, the first one is litter. Okay, and then we've got up for Bogdan. Made out for Katya, made up for Oksana, made up for Ronan, litter for Patricia. Please like everyone, quite absolutely. 21 viewers and 12 likes. A hodgepodge. Discards from meat processing. Yes! Or offal. Not necessarily. You're very close though. Offal are the liver, the kidneys, the lungs. They are the viscera of an animal. So it's almost the organs. Yes, it's a better definition, Bogdan. The offal is the organs. Here, offerings of innards for the gods. That's very good, Patricia. Absolutely. Okay, so offal. Yeah, the liver, the kidney, the lungs, all bits like that. Subproducts. You could say subproducts, but it's specifically the entrails, the internal organs. Buenos dias, Manu. Bueno, te quedan 10 minutos. Encantado que estés. Okay, and then the last one. One recent survey along a beach on India's Gujarat coast on the Arabian Sea, a beautiful place, found that they made up 9% of the litter there. Okay, so to make out. No, I've made out with my girlfriend. Make off, to run away, are made of 9% of. No, made to, made up of. They are made up of. They contain. Hi Tardot, great to have you. Do people have offal? No, that's a really good question, Renyard. I love it. The offal is of animals to eat. I would say the viscera, Renyard. Yeah, the viscera. V-I-C-E-R-A. The viscera. The guts. Offal, noun. Heart, liver, kidney, eyes of an animal used as offal. That's perfect, Katia. I love it. Okay, so good morning, Rashid, as well. Okay, this is very good. Snogged is kissed. Offal is the same as innards. Yes, Revo. Okay. Thank you, Ronan. So let's try the next one. Are plastic straws really bad for the environment? And then here we go. Boon has a religious connotation. It doesn't have to have a religious connotation. It certainly could. It certainly could, though. And finally. Hi Kim, lovely to have you. Okay. It's made out of foreplay or the whole package. Viscera, singular. Viscerae. Okay, yeah, you're right, Manu. Okay, so, let's see. Although figures tend to vary according to the method used, it is deserving, worth, profitable, worthy, merit, looking at the figures gathered by the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development in its Global Plastics Outlook. Wow. Okay, so let's see, we got some answers here. We got worth from Vitali, we got worth from Bogdan and Manu, worth plus for plus verb plus ing. Good. Okay, normally you don't need the for, Renyard. It's worth plus ing. Worth plus ing. Without for, Renyard. Worth for Revo, yes. Metaphysical connotation, Boon. Okay, I like that metaphysical, Patricia. It's worth looking at. Kim says worth, good. So does Patricia, worth. Figures, data, amount. Worth looking at the figures, good. Good, Katia. Worth, good, Tardot. Viscous is singular and viscera is plural. Thank you, Vitali. Okay, after worth, ing. Very good. So, it's worth looking. It's worth... Oh. it's worth looking at the figures gathered by the OECD. Okay, worth plus ing definitely. And let's continue. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Trust your gut if you haven't an awful feeling about something. That's lovely, Oksana. That's a good joke. I love it. An awful feeling, an awful feeling. Awful, awful. Great. Okay. It estimates that around 380 million tons of plastic waste is produced globally each year, with about 23 million tons of that pulling its way into the environment. One more call and let's call it a day. One more and let's call it a day. One more call for please like the video. Okay. It's worthwhile for the previous one. Yes. It's worthwhile looking, definitely, Patricia. Okay, so finding for Oksana, finding for Bogdan, finding for Kim, finding for Vitali and Renyard, and finding for Manu. Okay, that gets its way. Finding for Katya as well. Gets its way, no. Finding one's way, yes, Ronan. Awful feeling is great, yes. Putting its way, no. Breaking its way, no. To find your way, finding its way into the environment. And let's try another one. Things find their way. You find your way into the environment. I found my way into this place. Okay, so here we come with the and finding for Patricia as well. So Patricia's findings are fine. It estimates about 1.7 million tons of that appears, ends, arrives, blows, comes up in the ocean annually, although other studies have put the figure at somewhere between 4.8 and 12.7 million tons. Tenerife is a place that's worthwhile, is worth visiting. Yes. Okay, so 1.7 million tons of that appears up, ends up, arrives up, blows up, comes up in the ocean annually. Making its way. You could make your way as well. So, let's see. Bogdan says ends up. Oksana goes for ends up. So does Vitali. Comes up in the ocean. Normally to come up, Tardot, is like a subject in a conversation. So the subject of money came up in the conversation. So not here. Ends up for Revo. Ends up in the ocean for Katya. Ends up for Renyard. Ends up for Ronan. That ends up for Manu. Good. Ends up. Tardot's changed the mind. Ends up for Kim. Ends up for Kim. Good, Kim. Ends up for Yuri. And ends up for Manu. Okay, ends up, fetches up, winds up, lands up, finishes up. Good. A great article. It ends up in the ocean. Thank you, Katya. So let's have one more, and then maybe we will finish for today. So last one. Whoops. And ends up, terminates in for Patricia. Okay, of 380 million tons of plastic waste produced, about 43 million tons comes from consumer products that include sole, lone, single, unique, solo, once use plastics from the food and beverage industry. That figure, the amount of rubbish, yes. So we've got single from Oksana, from Vitali. We got single from Bogdan and Kim and Yuri. That include, yeah, and single use for Manu, single use for Katya, single use, solo use. But notice, Ronan, solo use says that it gives the idea that you use it on its own, or you use it while you are alone. Solo talks about alone, Ronan. Yeah. Not just it talks about without any company. It's been a pleasure having you, Vitali. Single use for Revo, single use for Renyard, single use for Patricia. Once use. Okay, once is an adverb, and that's why it doesn't work, Manisco. It's something that you use once. Once is an adverb to describe a verb. Once, the use here that include the single use. Use is a noun, and therefore you need an adjective to describe it. It's saying that you only use it one time, Ronan. Yeah? Okay, alone, going solo, that's it. But it's here solo use is talking about on your own. That you're not with friends when you do it, or that's the idea that it gives. But maybe you could share it with a friend, Ronan. Solo use. They use it only, or they only use it. Single use, something immediately disposable. Also, this is the collocation, single use, yeah? Okay, a single use plastic, so a single use. Solo use, lone use. I think, yes, it's got the same idea, Renyard. Okay, so yes, un caffè solo. But that's solo and not soul, not solo. Yeah, they're false friends, Manu. Okay, single usage. Single usage would definitely work, Ronan. Single use. Single's an adjective, use is a noun, a single use. Yeah, is it that include something that's for a single use, a unique use. But a unique use says it's only got one. There's only one way to use it. There's only one thing you can do with it. It's been a great stream. I'm going to stop here. I'm going to give you that ad break that was coming up. So thank you, Bogdan. It's been great. Thank you, Oksana, as well. Okay, thank you, Ronan, for the donation. I really appreciate it. And next stream is on Thursday, the 30th of November at 3:45 p.m. UK time. So thank you all for coming. Yeah, with a bit of like 178 by the end. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be the first couple of days of December. So thank you all for coming. Thank you Manisco. Thank you Katya. Thank you Tardot. Thank you Manu. Thank you Renyard. Thank you Katya. Thank you Ronan. Thank you Oksana. Thank you Bogdan. Thank you Renyard. Thank you Vitali. Thank you Tardot. Thank you Patricia. Thank you Ronan. Special thanks to you. Thank you Revo. Thank you, Manisco. Thank you, Bogdan. Thank you, Oksana. Thank you, Vitali. Thank you, Kim. And thank you to anyone else that I might have missed. It's been wonderful to having you all. So I hope to see you all on Thursday. So bye.